Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another CNC router mixer. I'm Bill Griggs. We do these every Tuesday at 7 p.m. If everybody's available. We live stream these on Zoom, and we talk about our CNC machines, our projects, software, anything that is related to that is open game. I would like you to join us on this discussion. There's a link inside the comments that you can use to join us live on Zoom. All you need is your PC or your phone or whatever, and to click the Zoom link, and you can be on talking about what is new with you. So I had uh, no meeting here last week because I was traveling. I went on a trip to one of the 9 remaining states that I hadn't visited yet. Went to California and Los Angeles in particular. So I'd love to share some of the things that I saw while I was there that were pretty cool with you, and talk about that. Earlier today, I was talking with one of our regulars, Tally Boatwright, and we were discussing some of the things that were going on. And interestingly enough, um, we also talked about 3D printers. We both have 3D printers. In fact, everybody in the group pretty much has a 3D printer in addition to their CNC router tables, because they're very handy. There's a lot of things that you can do and make with them, and most of us have either an Ender 3 or a Bambu Labs 3D printer of some kind or other. And the interesting part for me was today, the 14th of April, uh, Bambu Labs released their new X2D 3D printer, which is a dual nozzle printer that's roughly the size of the uh, P2S, basically. Um, I'm not really sure if they're putting, by naming this the X2D, whether they're trying to put this into line with the X1 carbon as a kind of a replacement for that machine. But I kind of doubt that, because the build volume is not the same as the X1 carbon. It's 260, I believe, millimeters by 260 by 260. So it puts it roughly at the same size as the P2S, and it's kind of interesting. I'd like to know what the thought process was behind this one, but it's interesting because Best Buy has or earlier this morning they had them in stock. I don't know if they still do, but Best Buy had the new X2, hey Tally,
Hey,
X2D
what's up?
combo on sale today at $8.99 with an AMS, which is the automatic material system, which allows you to print different colors or multiples of the same color, um, uh, from the printer. So it's basically you can make stuff like this in multiple colors uh, on this printer. So it's gonna be interesting. Taylor, I was just talking about the new X2D release today, and
Oh, okay.
what that's gonna do for these folks, because it's about $100 more than the one I just bought in November. Um, but you get dual nozzles. So I don't know
Well,
for some
let's
people if
do
that's worth it.
let's do like the other content creators do. Pull it up since we don't have one and talk about it from the website.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Um,
let's
As
go
a
over
matter of fact,
let's go over some specs.
yeah. So I'm gonna now I'm not promoting Best Buy. They just happen to have it on sale. And most people who live anywhere near a major urban area has a Best Buy that they can get to within an hour. So, um, but let me hit the share button. Yeah, there we go. Um, so this is what we see. Okay, it looks just like all just like all the other Bamboo Lab products. Uh, they basically a gray box uh, with this AMS on top. That's the material system there, AMS 2 Pro, no less. But I don't know if this one will heat the filaments at the same time as it will print. But the latest firmware was released for all the other printers to do that. So I kind of
It's,
imagine
it's,
if they're putting out a new one, they would have that feature, but you never know. Uh,
um, so
Go ahead.
does the Best Buy information, is it parallel with the Bamboo Lab website information?
I can do Bamboo Lab too if you'd like.
Let's see.
Uh, let's see.
Let's look over and see what they have.
Let's try that next.
Because I want to know what's different about this extruder system.
Yeah, X2D. Look at that dual nozzle. Bye now. Learn more.
Okay.
Let's learn more. So, um, of course, I'm going to stop sharing and do that again because I don't think I enabled sound. Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So share with sound. Now we go back. Yeah. So this is the X2D. Excellence made simple.
No,
So here's some of the highlights. Dual nozzle, multi-material, made simple. Um, hmm, okay. Active heating.
mm,
So it's a heated chamber.
okay.
Uh, let's
Dual
see.
intake
Dual
cooling.
intakes. I don't know if mine has dual intakes, but it might. Uh, I'll have to look back on the other one. Servos in the
Okay.
extruder. I don't know what adaptive calibration is, but that's going to be interesting to find out.
That can probably be on the fly, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yep.
And
Uh,
then
yeah.
AI monitoring.
Yeah. They're built-in backup. Um, emission certified, designed for your home. That's new. Or
Okay.
maybe it's, I don't know, maybe if that's not new, but I never saw them stress that before. Uh,
That's a lot asking for that print from that printer.
yeah. Uh,
That's like hmm, maybe
yeah,
two
that's
weeks of printing.
cosplay. Huh?
Yeah. That's like 2 weeks of printing.
Yeah, at least. Dual nozzle supports that peels away effortlessly, leaving a silky smooth finish every time. Smarter software, one ecosystem. Okay, yeah, we got that. Let's see what happens when we try and go past this. Apparently, this is a video or slideshow, so it's going to
Oh,
go through it.
okay.
Uh, what it thinks we need to know. But let's see. This is the Bamboo experience. Okay. Um, whole point of it being 8.99. There we go. Uh, with the AMS is $100 more than the
P,
P2S
P,
that I bought,
PT.
but
Okay.
you know, you're basically getting a second nozzle for $100. Not bad, actually. Um, because if you
But
had to buy two, go ahead,
is it actually the same size as the
260, but well, have you got the ability to call up the Bamboo Labs over there? So
Yeah,
Uh,
256. I think it's 256, 256. Give me a moment. Let me go.
I'm pretty sure it's 260 by 260 on this. Let's see.
Okay. My X1 is 256 square.
Okay. So
Well, cubic.
256 is, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the number to beat. And I think I heard 260, but that doesn't, somebody could have been rounding up. Um, hmm. Main nozzle prints the part. The auxiliary nozzle handles the supports.
Okay. See, that's going right back to what I was saying about the
Hmm.
vortex system.
Yeah. They didn't hear you say that, uh, so you could
Oh,
repeat, what you said about the vortex system.
so the with the vortex system with the H2C, the nozzle changing system, um, the only thing that I seen the difference was that it allowed different size nozzles to be mounted into the vortex system.
Hmm.
However, the way it is perceived or advertised, it makes you think that it will pull filament from both nozzles, or both nozzles can pull filament from the AMS, whereas the left nozzle is pretty much as a stationary nozzle. So it only pulls filament on an independent reel or an independent AMS system. It
Hmm.
doesn't share the AMS for both nozzles. So
So
what it
you
does, go ahead.
so you're saying that this one that's lowered here is driving the AMS, and this one is a fixed reel.
Yes.
Okay.
Or it can hook up to an independent AMS. So
Okay.
if you're printing, um, let's say if you're printing something with PLA on the right nozzle, you can set up an AMS to be printing with PETG, or you can use a single spool on the left nozzle to print with PETG as your supports for PLA, or vice versa.
Mhm. Were you referring to left as we're looking at it, or
Yes, as you look
okay?
at it. That's
Yeah.
exact. That's so when you look at it, that's how they refer the left and the right nozzle. So on the
Okay. So this would be the
H2C,
left.
right.
Yeah.
So on the H2C, the right nozzle is the changing nozzle,
Hmm.
which becomes actually the primary nozzle. Um, but it allow you to change in the software or on the screen, but
Hmm.
it still recognize the right nozzle as the primary nozzle.
Gotcha. So um, if you had two AMSs with it, which is $300 upgrade, or 250 $300 for AMS. I don't remember the exact cost. Um, you could print four separate colors from the left nozzle and four separate colors from the right nozzle. But
Yes,
without it, you're just stuck with one color from this
right,
left nozzle. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Interesting.
So even though when you look at it, you can see the extruder would do like this,
Hmm.
but it's still, if you have one AMS, it's the the left nozzle is not going to pull filament from that AMS that assigns to the right nozzle.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So um, the whole point of all of uh, I don't know what we just witnessed there. Uh, but the whole point of multiple nozzles and the AMS system is to be able to print multiple colors and multiple filaments and multiple elements. It's like an auto tool changer for a CNC,
Mm-hmm.
basically, except that it's auto filament changer.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I don't know why they're they're saying great things about TPU because it's problematic uh, in all the Bambu labs because it gunks up the AMS, so you got to print it on an external spool.
Right.
Um, yeah. So dual nozzle applications, the reasons you would use it is to add more color, more detail, and more fun. Yeah, okay. I'll go with the more fun because I enjoy watching it. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna glide past some of this. Um, I wonder if there is less filament purging with dual nozzles compared to single.
So
Less poop.
it is. It is. I have seen the difference compared running the H2C. Oh,
Hmm.
let me back up for
Back up,
the
Deli.
ones
Back up.
that don't know.
Yeah.
So I acquired a Bambu Lab H2C probably a couple of weeks ago. So
Hmm.
I actually have been testing it out for a friend of mine. Um, he asked me to run it through his paces, understand how it works. So when he come pick it up, I can pretty much teach him to set it
Hmm.
up. So during that time, I have been running it and evaluating exactly what was the purpose of the vortex system.
Now the
Uh,
vortex system is the automatic tool
it's the
changer, the
automatic
automatic
nozzle,
nozzle
yeah, the
changer. Yeah.
automatic nozzle changes. Now, I have to admit, it's very fascinating to watch. That it is. Um, it is quiet. It is very quiet considering how massive it is. It runs on linear rails. It has servo motors. It has the AMS Pro 2. Um, but I did find that it was a little different to set up than my other Bambu printers, which was the A1 Mini and the X1C. Um, they set up really flawlessly. So the H2C, there was some workarounds, like trying to understand how to set it up and thinking one way that it's supposed to work compared to how it actually worked.
Hmm.
Um, and all the videos that I've seen never discuss the way it's actually supposed to work. Um, it's very misleading. And I think a lot of the video content creators are very biased, even though they say they're not biased, but they're not telling the truth about the actual system of how it actually works. So the vortex system with the nozzle change, the difference is you do not have to use the quick change setup that Bambu initially have, where you change out the nozzle and go from a point 0.2 or point 0.6 or point 0.8 or point 0.4 millimeter nozzle for a detail or a large print. When you set these nozzles up, which are wireless and they're magnetically connected um, on the vortex, they're calibrated according to the size that they are.
Hmm.
So the misleading part is thinking that, okay, I got six nozzles in there. So it'll pick up this nozzle and then start printing. Well, you cannot print with multiple size nozzle in one document. So you can't have a document that requires or a model that you're printing requires a zero point 0.4 millimeter, and then you may want to switch over to a zero point 0.2 millimeters for more details. It doesn't work that way. It's either or. Either you're
Hmm.
going to print with a zero point 0.4 or you're going to print with a zero point 0.2 or a zero point 0.8 or whatever. So that there itself is useless, but they say that it could just be a software upgrade. If it
Okay.
is, that's fine. Another
Okay.
thing
Before
is
you go to another thing,
okay.
so I can't use the two different sizes in the same print, but what if I sliced it at the right height for the new detail as a separate file.
That's a good point, and perhaps I would try that.
Okay.
Um, because that's a very good point. And I tried. But normally it's it's saying you can't. It won't do the print as the file been sent. It won't not do it.
Yeah.
Um,
And that
um,
sounds like a lot of work to try and do it, but that
yeah,
way, but
right.
might be a work. Your second point, if you still remember. Sorry.
Okay. So the second point is it still purges. Okay.
Yeah.
It still purges. However, when it purges or get ready to change to the next color or to the next nozzle, what it does, it will purge out, I would say, purge out the filament on the bottom half of the nozzle, and then it will retract, cut, but it'll leave maybe like a inch and a quarter, or something like that, a material in the nozzle. And then it drops that nozzle and it picks up the next nozzle, and then it start purging. So if you change back to that same nozzle, you have to remember that it's still going to purge that remaining color or filament that it left in the first nozzle, which it does cut down on the poop because of that.
Hmm.
But
By poop we mean uh, excess plastic that's left after you're done
yes,
printing. Yeah.
the excess
Everybody
plastic,
calls it poop.
right?
Yeah.
It's going to be I guess a verb or adjective for bamboo.
Hmm.
um,
Yeah. What's coming out of the poop chute is what they say. Yeah.
um, but the unit is very large. It is very large. And I can say Bamboo did a good job of making a larger 3D printer, but I have yet to see actually the purpose of the nozzle swap.
Hmm. All right. Now I stopped sharing because I knew that was going to be uh, a fairly detailed conversation. But let's back at it as long as we're here. So the swapping colors is nice, but it may not be as nice as everybody thinks, and that's across all of the line uh, with dual nozzle. Um, I was surprised at just how much excess plastic poop gets generated with multicolored jobs, and how much slower a multicolored job is. But
Hmm.
it's neat to be able to make something in multiple colors.
Yes, yes.
So you pay to play.
So I see this one comes with they don't went back to the guide rails.
Yeah, steel rails. Yeah, that's the same with the P2S.
I I don't know. To me, that's a step backwards. That's
You don't like them? What, you like the carbon better?
No, I like the linear rails.
Ah, understand. Yeah.
I like the linear rails.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like
Uh,
linear rails and blocks. I think they have that on the H2 series.
yes, they have it
Yeah.
on the H. They have it
But
on the
this is the
H2
budget.
series.
This is the budget machine.
Or-
I like this. I
But
like this.
they have it on the A1 and the A1 Mini.
Yeah. Uh, and
Um,
a- and those are small rails that aren't
yeah,
expensive.
they are small rails.
Yeah.
But this one should. I mean, I'm glad they got away from the carbon
Hmm.
rails. I'm glad they got away from the carbon rails because the carbon rails are noisy. They are
Yeah.
noisy. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
yours pretty quiet with the?
Mine is very quiet.
Yeah.
Running right now.
So they should be stiff. They should be much stiffer. Yeah.
Yeah. I've not had an issue with that. I really suspect that this is probably very similar in construction to my P2S, but just has the double extruder, the
Okay.
double nozzles. Um, that would make sense. I was thinking that they could, they probably took the design work that they had done in the P2S series and used it as the base of this, and took some of the stuff from the X uh oh, not the X, the H series with the dual
Oh, right.
nozzle, and brought that down because they already had the technology. So boom, here you go, a new dual nozzle product for those who want one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, uh, I'm curious now. We see this picture here. We see the top of the cabinet up here with the with the like the IGUS style drag chain up there. I'm curious if they raised the glass up a little bit and cured that rubbing problem with the
Oh, right.
PTFE tubes. But I don't know. We'll find out. Um,
That was the issue with the H2C. The
yeah,
same issue with the H2C. Yeah, and it's a tight. It's like a the bend for
it's
the
very
the
tight. Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
you can see how tight that bend is up here.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, that's pretty cool seeing how it flips back and forth. Um, probably some
Oh,
gearing here they're showing us the
okay. So let's
how that
see.
works.
Tap switch done. Unlike traditional motor driven system, X2D packs a gear and trigger mechanism into the tool head. The nozzle change lever taps the trigger arm, driving an internal gear train to change the nozzle. No extra weight, just a clean swap. Um, so
Yeah, so that just has to drive down the one side.
okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was it moving? No, I thought it was animated, but it wasn't. Kind of cool. Uh, the
I
lighted
need
tool
I
head
need
needs,
one to test.
yeah, yeah. Bamboo Labs, if you're listening, Callie needs one to test, and so does Bill. Um, I
I
don't know where
I
I'd
will
put it.
give you an unbiased review. I
Yes.
promise.
Hmm. Well, I used to do a lot of reviews for model airplane stuff, and
Mhm.
even did some reviews for MakerBot when they first came out. And you can't, or you shouldn't, sugarcoat it when something
Mhm.
is. You should just tell it like it is. That's
Right.
and um,
Or they need
everybody
a better.
appreciates that because they know
Yes.
how to fix it.
Right. Right.
And the company look at those reviews and they say, "Ooh, uh, yeah, maybe we can fix that in the next round." So, yep. Um, I didn't see anything here. Inertia, vibration, blah blah blah, yada
Mhm.
yada. Smooth pictures. The right temperature for the right time. Let's see. Cool it before gravity makes it droop. Interesting. Active cool. Ooh, let me see that back again. They've got a new fan set up on the back.
Oh, okay.
It's funny that they show that because I just got the external exhaust kit
Oh,
for the
okay.
P2S, which we'll talk about in a minute. But that's nice. Um, I'm gonna have to look at the at my machine to see if it sucks air in through the bottom sides because I don't know if that was ever stressed in the discussion of it, and I don't know if mine has that. But it makes sense. Uh, hot enough isn't enough. Heated even.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
So it
So
says that.
actively heated chamber is hot enough. Let's see. From two sides. I'm pretty sure that the P2S is a heated chamber
Oh,
with,
absolutely.
without
Yeah.
going back. So this is cool. Um, I'm kind of buzzing through the things that I don't think are really new. Um,
What does it? It say material shrink as they cool with the. Okay, that is a good feature right here.
mhm.
The
Yeah.
auto hold and contour compensation. I have noticed in a lot of prints, um, the compensation of some of the models that you get
Hmm.
when you print them, they do shrink, um,
Yeah,
which can cause issue if the modeler hasn't take that in consideration by creating a tolerance.
yeah. Um, that's probably one of the biggest things, coming up with the tolerance that you need to make a part fit. I remember when I was coming up with these caps for my lithium polymer batteries, which
Oh
will make,
yes.
you know, I probably went through 4 design changes before I got the fit exactly like I wanted it. And that was a tolerance thing. I knew that I could iterate the design, for
Right.
printed a couple times. It only takes 10 minutes to print to get it just right. But the thing was, once I knew what the tolerance was,
Hmm.
I could apply that across every design I made from that point forward. I know how far my particular machine needs to be compensated. It's like toolpath compensation and CNC router when you're doing an inlay.
Right.
Um, and this is a slide on uh, slight interference fit that won't fall off. Whereas the first, well, this one is not that, but the final one is that. This one,
Okay.
when you put it on the battery, it falls off. Uh, but it's just it was part of the experiment. Um, so I finally, narrowed that in. So this is kind of neat that they're going to try and do that in the software.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. Vision encoders.
Okay.
Hmm. On the build plate. Let's see.
So this is a new they came out with these, I want to say, on the H2 series. Now, since I have the additional accessory box that came with the
Hmm.
H2C, it should have this plate, this calibration plate in there. I haven't looked at it since
Hmm.
last night. Um, so I'm gonna check. I check with that and see, but it should have a plate like that with these grids on it for calibration, like for fine calibration.
Hmm. Um, interesting. Uh, I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but it's brand new. It just happened today, so you know somebody's going to be looking for a 3D printer. Um, and, okay, yeah, they're just showing bad prints from other printers and good prints from theirs, and that's
Yeah.
probably accurate. But let's move on past that one because that's like my dog looks better than your dog kind of comment. Um, Servo
Hey,
system, smooth surfaces. I like I think this is a brushless um, servo motor as well, and because I don't see any commutator. Okay, so this is probably the most efficient, latest technology kind of motor that everybody's using. Um, so that's nice. Let's see, smooth surface quality. Hmm.
okay. Now
Yeah.
I have noticed, I noticed like with the new ones since the H2 series that when it lays down these first layers,
Hmm.
they are immaculate. Oh, matter of
Yeah.
fact, I'm gonna go. I got one.
Yep. Yeah. I've no issue whatsoever with their single layer printing. It's just amazing. Let's see.
Okay, so here's
I'm gonna.
this. Here's a sheet. Um, what the heck? Did it just focus like right in?
Yep.
Okay. So this sheet here was supposed to be a sign. And the only thing I did, I stopped it because it was actually the wrong color.
Hmm.
But so this was like the first layer here, and then it was going to make this, yeah,
Hmm.
going to make this the second layer. But there's no holes at all. Like I mean,
Hmm.
it's like completely flat,
Yeah.
and it was perfect.
Yep. And that's without turning on ironing or anything like that
Yep,
to smooth it out. Yep.
nothing. Yeah.
Just it's amazing that how far that's come. I wish you could have seen my the bad quality of my first printing. 10 years ago. Well, 15 years ago when I got my first 3D printer. It was just terrible. Um, and it's come a long way. That you could see lines and separations, and yeah, um, compensation, sharp corners. Okay,
Mhm.
more, more about that. AI camera keeps an eye on your prints, uh,
Okay.
which I guess would be good if spaghetti happens. When something goes wrong and it's just printing out random uh, um, filament. So I haven't had to deal too much with that. Um, Start check, spaghetti. This is what we're talking about.
Mhm.
This area right here. Nozzle clumping. I've seen people knock the heads off of their printers because of
Yeah.
this nozzle clumping. Or the hot plastic being ejected out of the poop chute.
I've I've had that issue with
Yeah,
the X1. I've
yeah,
seen that. That's been an issue.
yeah.
Um,
So I think because I'm gonna go back to this picture.
oh,
Wait, is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. Um, I think because Bamboo Labs puts a silicone cover over the hot end that people don't see when filament is accumulating behind it,
hmm,
and then the clumping starts, and then it comes. Uh, it creates a big problem. It can
mhm.
knock the extruder out, or it can gum it up so that you can't open the latch on the extruder to get it out without heating it and things like that.
Normally, when this happens, that comes from the bed is not clean.
Yeah,
Is not clean, so you're not adhering to the
yeah,
bed.
and that's
Normally, what
the
I
oils on your hands from touching
yes.
the top of the bed
So
and not
normally, what I
cleaning it.
do, I do not touch my bed. I have to be conscious about it. I never really touch my bed. I always hold it from the
Mm.
tip and on the edges, and I flex it to break it loose. Or sometimes, if you're not in a rush, just let it cool down, and then just it'll just release by itself.
Yep. What I did when I got mine, because I had read about people doing this, and they were talking about cleaning the top of it with alcohol, and according to Bamboo Labs, it's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use
Hmm.
soap and water and a scrubby. But somebody mentioned a microfiber cloth
Okay.
to clean and dry off the bed after it had been cleaned. And I was at the Dollar Tree, and I picked up these two microfiber cloths. And since day one, when I got this printer, I grabbed the cloth, I pulled the plate out, and I got the other cloth in my hand. I have yet to touch the top of that plate,
Right. Okay.
and nothing has been a problem so far. But you know,
So with the
I think I
H2,
was $1.50.
oh
So
really?
Yeah.
So with the X2C, since I had it, um, this is week two. This is week two. I have not cleaned that bed yet.
Yeah.
I So what I've found out, and I guess I don't know if it's different. I don't know if the plating is different or anything than the regular plating. Um, but what I normally do once after it prints, I just let it cool. I just
Yeah.
let it cool, and it releases by
Hmm.
itself. So a lot of times I don't even have to take the plating out of the printer.
Yeah.
I just take the part right off, and you can go right back printing. And in some cases, you don't even have to level the bed because you haven't moved it.
Well, here's the interesting part for me. Um, when I first got it, I was taking the print off the plate almost immediately afterwards,
Hmm.
and wondering why you have to use the scraper to get it off.
Right.
Now you got to let it cool, just
Hmm.
like you said. Let it cool for a few minutes, then it'll just pop
It'll
right
get
off.
right off. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So uh, I'm no expert, but it is fun, and there's things you learn, and you pass on. Fully equipped sensor covers every critical stage. 31 sensors. Huh.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Um,
Hmm.
so what it say? Filament path monitoring.
Yeah.
Um, the sensors track feeding status, detect tangles, risk, measure filament usage, and confirm tool readiness. Every tool in place, every move under control. Start a 12-hour print. Walk away, come back to a finished part. That is true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
that is true. But I will remind you that with all them systems going on, checking of the bed, the calibration, the
Oh,
nozzle offset, your print doesn't start until about 17 minutes after you press start.
yeah. It's it can be a lower time, but not by much. 10, 5, 10 minutes, 7,
Yeah.
15, 17 for what you're doing. Yeah.
So if you impatient, just disable all of it and
Hmm.
hope you just come out with a decent print.
Yeah. The auto bed leveling every time is probably overkill.
Hmm.
You might want to do it twice if you're printing all day long. Once when you first start, and once after the machine is warm, and after that, turn it off. As far as I'm concerned,
I don't.
because
Yeah, I don't do it
yeah.
if I don't remove. If I don't remove the plating, I don't do it.
Hey
I,
Scott,
Hey,
hey Scott.
we're talking about the new printer that was released today from Bambu Labs.
is it
Uh,
getting cheaper or more expensive?
I would say this one is cheaper for what it does.
For the
Yeah,
yeah for the features.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's
So you
always a
get a
Uh,
good
lot of
thing.
added features to it.
so we're looking at clean air now. They're talking about the filtration system they put in this thing, and for the P2S, they came out with an external kit, which I have the parts for, but we probably ain't going to go into it tonight. But so you have to print your own outlet and hook it up to a hose to the outside, and you're good. Except the printers are out of stock, or the filters are out of stock.
Couldn't you
They,
use something like a kitchen exhaust fan uses with like charcoal and just
yeah,
put it right back in the room? Or is it just like got some toxic
it's
chemical in it?
toxic. You want to get it out of the room.
Yeah.
Uh,
So it lingers around even though you probably don't smell it or see it.
right. One thing I did hear is that the external exhaust only comes on after the print is done. It doesn't exhaust during the print.
That don't make sense. I mean, I guess it
Uh,
does, I mean, if it works, that's great, but I wouldn't have
yeah,
never thought of doing it that way. I would have been like, turn it on and let's go.
yeah.
Turn it on
Well,
before you start printing.
Well, it could have a lot to do with maintaining.
The
heat.
temperature in the box. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
filament can, it can, expand or retract, and it can actually compromise the print.
Because
Hmm.
you're really sucking the ambient air from the room through that when you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need the circulation of the heat. Now, on the H2C, it has a vent, like right, where your glass go.
Yeah.
It has a vent, and
Yep.
it goes up and down. Like you can see it. It
Hmm.
does it like throughout the print, I
Yeah.
guess, to regulate the chamber temperature.
Yeah. I thought that the P2S had that because when I was getting ready to order the P2S, I was also looking at the H2,
Hmm.
and then my pocketbook was telling me stop looking at the H2. So, but but but
I got a quick question for you
You
guys.
probably could have pushed it and did the H2S.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Uh, I,
Ha
I'm
have
not unhappy, but
Hmm.
go ahead,
have
Scott.
have you tried 3D printing like logos? I've got a friend that's got a customer that's wanting. He's actually wanting to etch his logo into the inside of his drawer boxes.
Okay.
Hmm.
But I don't know how practical that is because he strictly uses E cabinets and thermwood. He don't use Vectric or V-carb or anything like that. And I don't know that he has a laser engraver. That would be the ideal thing. Engrave it onto a piece of veneer that is got double-sided tape on it. Be done with it. But I was wondering if 3D printing would be feasible for something like that. It'd
It
probably be too
would.
expensive.
Mm.
I mean, I'm sure
I
you
don't
could
know if it
do
would
it.
be. I don't know. It would be. I don't think it would be expensive, but
Uh, it
I'll
It,
quote
won't.
him.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm open to that because I haven't presented the ideal to my friend yet, but was going to, you know, it might be it would definitely free up their machine time for better things, instead of engraving. Not that it's a waste of machine time, but they could be actually making it up their
Yeah.
product,
Mm.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just
Anytime you got to tie up a machine to do work like that, uh,
or charging for it,
unless you palletize or whatever you want to call it, where you have lots of them,
yeah,
and it just does that for for a day, but
Right.
then that stops you from making cabinets that
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a 3D printer, if that's
Or
the right solution
yeah.
for this thing, you just hit the button and let it go
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
but see
change it
now
out
you're
every
talking
little bit.
about being able to do multiple colors, so that would make some nice looking uh applied stuff like that to brand your product with.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have to be
Most,
very thick, so the
yeah.
print time wouldn't be too awfully long on like a 1 inch by 2 inch.
Well, that's not what I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
Are you it's
I was
gonna be
gonna say
longer?
that the print time would be why he wouldn't do it with multiple colors.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
But
they do make I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I believe it's what's the guy's name? Cutting It Close.
Oh,
Uh, yeah,
uh,
he sells that plastic that's tricolor. It's like red, white,
Mhm.
blue, or something
Yeah,
like that.
hmm
That would be, interesting to look at trying.
yeah, that,
I forgot what
something
they
you could do.
call it. King, uh,
Core,
Color core,
color
something
core.
like that.
yep, color core.
Yep, or
Yeah,
Starboard, or
Yeah,
yeah.
a few other brand names. Um,
that stuff
so,
is expensive.
yeah, it is. Um,
Another customer, or actually somebody I'm tutoring in e-cabinets. He's he's in he's got a little niche that he's into. For doing marine decking for boats and yachts and stuff like that. It's a
mhm.
foam,
So
and he's
see
got
that.
yeah, yeah. I probably brought it up before, but
Yeah.
um, it's that's a nice little niche, especially if you're around places that's got boats. And I
Well,
got
I
another
guess.
I
I
got
guess,
another friend that lives in Canada, and everybody dry docks their boat in the winter. So that's when they get stuff like that done.
yeah, I guess it depends on how you promote your business because I just purchased some vacuum pumps from an individual that had that same business and it flopped. He
Oh,
sold,
really?
yeah, he sold all his CNC machines and everything.
Hmm.
Yep.
But I mean, that's with anything though. I mean, some,
Yeah, this guy's already set up, to pump out cabinets, so this is like a
Mhm.
little side hustle type thing that he does, but he stays busy doing it.
yeah.
He's
Yep.
always he's got a templating program that he goes out and it's got like a cable, and you put the cable on the different points,
Mm-hmm.
where you want it, and it digitizes it and sends it to and creates a DXF file and all that kind of stuff for it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's different systems that you
Yeah.
could do that with. They got one software called Photo Model.
Yep.
Um,
Using
and
your
it,
phone.
it
Hmm.
prints out you print out, you can buy them or you can print them out PDF, and they
Yeah.
like markers. They look like
Sure.
targets.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's finish this because I think that we were almost at done.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm sorry. I got y'all off on another topic, didn't I?
yep.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
sorry about that.
Air filters.
Okay.
It is good to have clean air. Now they're just down at their end of their spiel talking about the living room. Say for the living room, not needing any tools to swap uh, filaments. It's quiet. Let's see
Yeah.
what it says. Active noise canceling optimized X2D below 50 decibels in silent mode. Quiet
So
enough
somebody
for
with a small apartment could sit back and have a
yep,
good little side hustle with that joker.
yep. Um,
So they
yeah,
add
you
more
can.
light to the chamber.
Yep, brighter lights in the chamber, and now there's an app on your phone. You can watch it print as it's you don't have to be in the same room. Uh, they rate this thing for 1 million cycle swaps between the two nozzles. And let's see.
So two nozzles and four colors.
Yeah, well,
Probably
up to 24
24
colors, I
colors.
think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you got the money.
Yeah.
Buy the additional AMS 2 Pros. Yeah. Um, drying while printing. So there it is, right there.
Yeah, it is.
Noise cancellation, VFA, Optimus. I don't know what VFA is, but yeah. AI clump detect. Yep. Plate position detect. Lube reminders. Remote object skip. Printer farm mode.
Never heard of that.
Me either. Anyway,
You must be able to have them like daisy chained and do one of
Probably so.
yep.
all
That's
one same part on 10
So,
printers.
yeah. So here's where they're showing you the
wow.
price comparisons between their ones. I have the P2S. Kelly is currently reviewing, was it the H2D?
The H2C.
The H2C, which is
Uh-huh.
the automatic tool changer,
Hmm.
everything, top of the line right now. So add another $1,000 to this.
Yes.
Okay. So
He would
yeah.
tally to go all out now.
Well, it's somebody else's, but that
Yeah, it's somebody
yeah,
else.
Yeah.
but he'll probably get one next week.
No,
So
Off
I
of his
may
commission.
consider I may consider like the H2D.
hmm
I may consider like the H2D because I
yep,
like the larger format printing. Yeah,
yeah.
but
So
uh I'm not
so
quite sold on it yet.
here's the comparison now. The three printers that are out there, and this X2D is designed to go right in between the middle of the the path, um, because it has dual nozzles, and it's 649 for just the printer. Right now, it's 899 with the four reel AMS Pro Combo at Best Buy and probably other places. So none of these three printers is shown with the AMS in this price point, because by the time you add the AMS to the one that I bought, the P2S, you're at 800 and change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Add another $100 and now you're at the Bambu Labs X2D price. So, $899, so that's $900. And then they got the 1749 plus probably $250, $300. So you're right at grand for the H2D with the ability to print multiple colors. So print bed size on this is the same as mine. Oh, no, wait. It's slightly taller. 4
Yeah,
millimeters taller.
4 millimeters.
256. That's what in inches?
That's
Where's Ned at? He
10 and a
couldn't.
half. 10 and 10,
You know,
10 and a quarter.
distance. 256 millimeters is
250
10,
itself is 10 inches, and 6 is a quarter inch.
10.078.
78.
Yeah.
10.78.
And one of the dimensions on the other one is 260, which brings you to 10 and a quarter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just under 10 and a quarter. So, yeah. So that's a fairly large cube.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the point of this. The nozzle temperature between these two lower models, which are closely priced, are the same, except for the build plate. It gets a little bit hotter in the X2D.
But if you go back to your dual nozzle,
Mm-hmm.
you
You lose
lose
some of the
your
area.
inch right there.
Yeah.
You
Right
lose
here.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose an inch from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you're
Well,
making up
is it an
for it
inch?
with
We said
40.
an inch, right?
Which is about a half inch. So you lose
35, 40, 50, so that's 15, 21 millimeters is what you lose.
yeah.
About
Sorry.
an inch.
Which is 3/4. That's about
Yeah.
3/4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're losing what, 3/8 on each side.
826. Yep. So,
Yeah.
um,
Which is that's nothing. I mean, that's really nothing.
yeah.
Well,
Unless you're building an Iron Man helmet.
I'll put my address send you guys my address and where you can ship me one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll let you know what I think about it.
Good luck. Good luck with
Wait a
that.
minute.
What's this?
The bird's eye view. I never seen that, equipped with a laser edition bird's eye camera.
Where do you see that?
That is on the H2D.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yep.
I'm
Oh, that's for the laser. Yeah, for the one that guys get the camera. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So all three of them have the bird's eye. It's on the side of the build plate, looking into the machine. All three of them have that. But
So that one has got a laser engraver and a 3D.
Wouldn't that be a bird's eye would be an overhead, right?
Yeah, unless he's laying on the ground.
Because all of ours have the regular camera. Let me see if that other guy.
the reason I'm saying the bird's eye camera is on the left side of the printer is because my P2S has a camera on it,
Right.
but it's telling me I don't have a tool head camera. So I don't think the bird's eye camera would be the one that's shooting at the tool head.
Huh.
Maybe the tool head camera is
wait a minute.
focused more right there at the tool head.
Wait a minute.
See,
Look at this again. Look at this again now. There is no tool bird's eye camera in the X2D.
Right.
Just the tool head camera. Uh-huh.
Look up go back to the X2D. Let's see what that bird's eye camera is. Cause I don't have my phone on charge. I can look into the printer and see where it does it.
Cameras. See, there's two cameras here. No, that's filament. Let's see, where is the camera?
But it said it
Yeah,
doesn't have it. You got to go into the
yeah.
H2D or
There's the
the
one on the
H2
side and the
series.
one straight down. Um,
Those are because it's saying the X2D nor the P2S has a bird's eye camera. Only the H2 series have the bird's eye camera.
right.
Uh,
So, uh, sooner or
so it
later,
has a
I'll go back and look.
it has a two head camera.
Kurt's
I
messaging me.
wonder if they're
Go
referring to bird's eye as like a
go.
wide angle type, like a
It
fisheye
has to be
lens.
a. Oh, see, it's saying equipped with laser edition. So it must be an add-on feature. So when you put the laser on there, you get the bird's eye. I think that's the feature where let's say like you can do your alignment when
Hmm.
you want a laser, you put something in there and the camera and you can position it.
Yeah, straight down.
Hmm.
We'll have to check that later. I
Okay.
don't think it's I don't think it's of interest to many people at this point. But um, let's see, 31 sensors, 36 sensors on the expensive one versus 20 sensors in mine. So you're paying for another 11 sensors
Yeah.
for $100. I'm okay with that. If
So what do the sensors do? What are
sense
they
things.
for?
Um,
Yeah, I understand that, but what are they sensing?
a limit switch, lidar,
Mhm.
cameras that can be considered a sensor, uh, heat,
Spaghetti.
thermal piles, that measure heat, could be,
Hmm.
all kinds of things are sensors, you
Yeah,
know.
to give it like, hey, something's going wrong,
Hmm.
Yeah,
or
like they sense on spaghetti detection, like if the filament is spaghetti and under the nozzle,
or
if
if
you're
it's
doing
clogged up.
pumping, like so all these right here, it detects like the layer, for instance, like it was sense when it's printing this first layer right here, it's going to make sure this layer is completely flat before it start printing this. If it doesn't detect that this is flat, if it has any deviation, it can give an alarm or it'll try to correct it.
Hmm. See now, there's two cameras here. One is on the print head. That's the bird's. I think that's the bird's eye view. And then there's this one from the side. Those are two sensors, okay? But there are other sensors that detect things like the spaghetti,
Hmm.
or you know, nozzle, or whether the chute's jammed, you know. So, like, imagine there's a proximity switch or a limit switch here or whatever, and it doesn't close or make contact, normally open or whatever, normally close. It looks for that, and that would stop the print because it knows something's wrong. Like, this stuff is all clumped up in the chute. So um, it would stop your print and maybe save it, maybe allow you to go back, maybe not. Uh, but yeah, that's you know, there's a million sensors. There's probably one in there that reads the air quality from, from
Yeah,
these.
it's no telling. Yeah, um, there's no telling with that the way
I
it
know
does.
that there's sensors in each one of these uh, nozzles, which measures the temperature for that particular nozzle. And if it goes hot or if it goes cold, it'll stop. Things like that. So the sensors are everywhere. Um, I remember watching Star Trek as a kid, and they were always talking about the sensors. And I had no idea what they were talking about or that it was a real thing, but it was.
It's like nerves
Yeah.
in your body. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, that's a look at this. We never did watch the video, but I think we're fine now. Uh, just looking down through these features, there's a lot of stuff in this printer for $900. Do you want to watch the video or no?
Yeah, I mean, watch the video, see what it's
All right.
like.
Hey, I'm Scott, and one of the things I love about 3D printing as a hobby is how
Can
it
you hear
changes
Scott?
the people around you. Like, I
You
was
like
with
my
parents
haircut?
this month, and I noticed their entryway was cluttered with keys, wallets, and sunglasses. I brought this up to my dad, and he said the easiest solution would probably be a pegboard. But my mom did not like that.
太丑了。
And I agree. I like to call this problem form undone by function. A pegboard isn't inherently ugly, but the second you start hanging stuff on it, it's not really the kind of look people would want at their entrance, especially for someone like my mom. Anyway, I went back to Seattle and forgot all about this problem until one day when I was at a museum with my parents and we saw neoplasticism. And that's when my mom said,
好漂亮哦。
Just like that, an idea came to me. This might just be the perfect wall organizer. I don't know if you guys remember, but when Bambu Labs X1C launched in 2022, it was the gold standard until now. This is the new X2D from Bambu Lab. It's ridiculous how much engineering they packed into this 3D printer. The tool head might look like it's the same size as the old one, but it now houses their dual nozzle system. This is perfect for designs like this that require a lot of support material. One nozzle for the main part, and the other for the dedicated support material. Since these two plastics hate each other, the supports don't stick, so when it's done, they just peel right off. No sanding necessary and no scarring of any kind. This is the wall organizer with red, blue, and yellow, or Warby. Now, my designs require very precise print settings that not only allow me to embed magnets, but also optimizes the 3D print for the best structural reliability. You see, when a hook is printed like this, it breaks very easily. When printed sideways though, every layer of the print reinforces its strength. And now it can hold much heavier things.
Oh, I made a thing. Check this out.
My mom loved it, which was bad news for my dad. Here's the problem. He is very new to 3D printing, so to make this work, I uploaded the entire project to Maker World. This way, he can print all these parts with the same settings I designed for them in just one tap. Now, a lot of people say they're not the creative
Probably
type
should have
or they're
looked
not
at how long the
artistic,
video
but
was.
I don't think that's true. Because one thing I've learned over the years about creativity
Still
is it's
interesting.
not a trait, it's a response. When you give someone the right tools and a mission to create, it changes their psyche. My dad noticed something, and just like that, he got an idea. His Warby now has an additional function, a whiteboard. And this is a contagious effect because my brother walks by, takes one look at the wall, and he just didn't like the composition. He felt like the balance was off, and that's when he gets an idea. He locks in and begins designing and vibe coding an app. This is Warby Studio. After putting in the colors my dad used, they tried a few different arrangements until there was a composition they both liked. And the results looked so much better. All the project files in my brother's Warby app are all live on my Maker World. Links are in the description below. But anyway, a comment I get a lot on my videos and projects over the years is why not just buy it? Something like this already exists. And what I realized is that this question illustrates just how hard we've been programmed to only accept solutions that come with a price tag. But what happened here instead was that my family was unsatisfied with an off-the-shelf solution. An observation turned into such a fun project. And my dad, he remixed it for his needs, which then lit the spark for my brother to build an amazing passion project around it. Watching this idea take on a life of its own across different countries and generations within my family proves that creativity only multiplies when it's shared. And all this is just a microcosm of what happens every day on a platform like MakerWorld. This platform is where one person's noticing becomes a solution and inspiration for everyone else. When I was growing up, like many Asian households, love wasn't really something said out loud. It was shown. It was the act of noticing, sharing, and giving. And I know it sounds crazy, but I think that's what this machine is capable of. It's not just a tool for manufacturing, it's a tool for noticing. It gives us the power to look at the struggle in the life of a friend, a neighbor, or a parent and say, I see you and I can fix this for you. So
yeah, your wife noticed the credit card bill,
right
credit
now.
card statement.
Just look at those around you and keep noticing. Thanks for watching.
It looks kind of like a Rubik's Cube, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, though. My wife would buy one. She saw it at Target or somewhere on sale.
Yeah.
No, but I just realized that that's not an art gallery. When I first saw it, I thought it was an art gallery.
Yeah, that's what they wanted you to think.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is the X2D. That was an hour of us explaining this printer. We've never done anything like that before, but it was kind of cool. And neither of us has seen it yet. We just know it went on sale today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The more I hear people talking about 3D printers and everything, the more uses I can think of that would come in handy to have.
Yep.
Just talking to a friend of mine, he's got a cabinet shop. He said he wouldn't know what to do without his 3D printer. He prints specialty shims for his hinges and stuff like that, and saves a ton of money.
Yeah.
A friend of mine,
at the same time.
a friend of mine, we've got a thing here called, sorry, was someone speaking? A friend of mine we've got a shop, a chain of stores here called Vinnie's, and they're basically an opportunity shop. They generally get secondhand donated items and they sell them really cheap and stuff like that to needy people or people that need stuff, etc. But a lot of people go shopping with like a thrift store sort of thing. And he went in there and they're doing a lot of AliExpress returns and stuff. And he picked up a full Bambu Labs P1S with the AMS and everything for $60 Australian, which is like about $40 US. And I set it up at my place for him because he hasn't used anything like that before, and it all worked. $60.
That's a deal.
Did you run back to see if there were more?
There was two there, but he was humming and hawing whether he should get the second one, and I've been calling him an idiot ever since.
Yeah. we on 4 we can all express our opinion of him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Idiot. Yeah.
Idiot.
We'll go down.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant score. Brilliant score.
Yeah. Well, at least he had the ability and picked up at least one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Yeah.
He might not have had an extra $60 on him. You never know.
Give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'll give you a quick rundown what I'm doing now. That way, I can sort of like go back to what I'm doing. If you guys are okay with that, unless we're doing something else.
Yep.
Okay. So what we have here, these are the molds that I've made last week or over the last couple of weeks, and they've been pressing in the mold here. Now that is actually a finished plywood that they've made. It's a 300 millimeter radius corner, and you can sort of gauge the size of it. So now I've got to do the 45-degree chamfers because these are going into the corner of a wall, and then they've got to continue with some more pieces of a hardwood sort of thing, but we've had to manufacture those. And if I go over here, these are others. And to give you an idea of the accuracy, that was supposed to be 19 millimeters, which is just under 3/4. It is super spot on accurate. We got this one here. That's the next one to do. I use the nylon as a slip sheet so that the veneers can, if you
So
can
what you
see
were
them, they're
showing
all the
us were
ones.
the actually what you were showing us was the actual mold or the finished product.
Finished
Oh,
Well,
product
it's
and the
actually the
mold.
mold with the finished product in it.
I
Now that
got you.
that's finished, I've got
Yeah.
to.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it to Ned. If you speak, you will be featured.
okay.
He muted himself. Um, yeah, pretty cool
Yeah.
stuff. He's probably talking to someone there. He started those molds last time we were together 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. So you've got the mold. This is the bottom half of the mold here, and then that's the actual finished product. So I've just cleaned it up now. I'm using vacuum with my sticky tape method. So I've sticky taped the mold all the way down around the bottom there. Then I've put the product in and I've sticky taped it all the way around. I've drilled holes through the center of it, about 6 holes right down to the vacuum bed. And I've put the product in and it's now pulled it down and it's holding it in there. And now I'm going to set up and I'm going to be using a V-bit cutter on the, so I've got to sort of like cut up around about here all the way along the lengths, do a 45-degree V-bit cut using a 90-degree V-bit to clean up the edges and give them a nice smooth finish that can be used by the joiners when they assemble it in the stairwell.
Yep.
And
Okay. I was wondering, are you using the same method to vacuum form that veneer down? You just using the vacuum?
No, that was they were formed where you saw the other ones up the other side. That's actually a massive press. They're actually massive presses. If you can see them right up the end over there, they're big, massive presses for veneering, etc. And what we did was we put the molds. One half got strapped to the top platen, and the other half got strapped to the bottom platen, and then you laid your veneer inside it. So we had a 3mm nylon that I picked up. And what I did was I put the 3mm nylon down first, and that sort of went, and then you stacked your veneer on it, and then you put another 3mm thick, which is which is about a 16th thick in inches for you Americans. Basically, then that went on top of the veneer, and then the top half of the mold slowly got pressed into it, and basically the curve was formed.
So the plastic sheet is acting like a mold release.
Mold release, and that the veneer doesn't catch on the because it's only like a it's like a whatever a quarter of a 16th is. It's roughly a quarter of a 16th thick. So they're fairly thin sheets of veneer there, and we had to build them up to 19 millimeters, which is just under 3/4. and we're down within the thickness is sort of like for 19.1, pretty much spot on the resulting thickness from the molds. And for the 10mm one, that was pretty much spot on 10mm or 3/8. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now is I'm setting up for the cleanup.
I bet you that's what they used to make that cheap plywood with, is a form like that that's bowed.
Yeah, a lot of those chairs and bits of bent furniture. That's the exact method they use. They either vacuum or press them into position.
Now, Ned, I just wanted to point out to folks that mold just a couple of weeks ago was just some blocks of 2x4s or whatever on there, and he milled that shape into it. It was really kind of neat to
Yeah,
see.
there's pictures on the yeah, there's pictures in our group for it. Yes, I'll post some more pictures up later. I took a whole pile of pictures. Yeah, so I'm in here now setting up to clean them up.
I've done similar things for it on a very much smaller scale for sanding blocks, where you just take sandpaper and form it to like it'd be like a reverse image of an MDF door or something like that
Yep.
profile.
Yep.
Yep. And those are what, 8 or 10 feet long?
2400, which is what's that? That's 4 foot, 3 foot. They're 8 foot long.
Yeah.
That's interesting
Just
that
a
you're
tad
showing.
over 8 foot.
It's
Yep.
interesting that you're sharing this with us because got a friend that's got a customer that is wanting her to design some uh curved bar backs and stuff like that, or
Mm-hmm.
but he's wanting like slats, like a slat board that he can actually bend, but similar, like
Yeah.
laminate it and bend it, and then put a veneer
Yeah,
on it.
there's a name for it where you cut the grooves in the back. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it's a
I
curve.
know the name because we
It's
actually
curve
Curve
cutting.
board, curve
curve.
board.
That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Yep.
curve core,
Yeah.
Oh,
curve core, I think is what they call it.
so for those who want to do kerf projects where they're cutting a bunch of slits that are as wide as the saw blade in something and then they can bend it, there's a fella who developed a mount for his router, and he took a grinder, you know, a grinder, and he put a little saw blade on it that he got, at Lowe's for those. So this held his grinder vertically, and he could just have it go back and forth up and down uh, the sheet, making his little kerf cuts. And then when he was done, he could just remove the mount, and off he went.
Yep, my dad used to do something similar to that. He had a jig made for his skill saw,
Yep,
and it had a plate on it that had the width had a like a board on it, the width of his kerf, and he would
yep,
just take it off and set it in the kerf, make a cut, set it
yep,
in the next kerf, and keep going down the
yeah,
board.
yep, and that
I
works. But yeah, go ahead.
I did that for a company that does, it's called New Age Veneers. They do a very premium foil covered MDF, an Italian foil that's very, very expensive, and they do high end government furniture and walls and stuff like that. And they needed a kerf panel did, and here's a real difficult one. I used a 1/8 tapered ball nose, like a 1/8 shank tapered ball nose long, and I
Hmm.
used that to cut it in, so that way you actually had a V cut, so you could bend it a lot easier.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting that we got on this subject, like I said, but another guy that I've been working with, he does all his kerf boards like that for bending. He uses a 3/8 ball nose, and he goes and leaves, I believe he said, point 1 millimeter, 0.1 inch, or 0.01 inch skin on it, and he said it bends perfect
Yep.
without any telegraphing.
Yeah, it's like the onion skin.
Yeah,
Yep.
but the fact that it's a ball nose, it's only like there's hardly any, you know, the thin part is tapered, tapers
Yeah.
down, so the thin part might only be a 30-second wide or whatever the tip of the ball nose is.
Hmm.
He said it works real good.
Hmm. So I don't know if Ned is done with what he's up to or not, but while he's off camera, I'll just start. I just recently returned Sunday from a trip to Los Angeles, California,
Hmm.
and one of the things that we saw while I was there was the Los Angeles Library has a place called the Octavia Lab, And it's a makerspace in the library that just kind of blew me away. Um, I wish I had thought to put my photos from the trip onto my PC, which is what I'm broadcasting with, so that I could do a slideshow for you. But I didn't do that. So what I'll do instead is I'll post the pictures in the CNC Router Tips group that I took of the Octavia lab and some of the things they had. But imagine this: for the price of having a library card and no other cost involved, you had a fully functional makerspace that you could go in and use. Which I had the one of the flyers here. I'm going to turn off my background if I can figure that out again. Well, let's see if this will do it. I hate that they hid the controls. I say that every week, don't I?
It's under more. I think you click on more, the three dots.
Yep, and then so chefs and docs, apps, do's. It used to be so handy.
Yeah. It's not there anymore, is it?
Doesn't look like it, does it? Leave the app alone, Zoom. Leave the app alone. Learn my background. Video effects and settings. It's now under video.
Excuse me, Bill.
Well,
Don't limit that comment to Zoom. Limit that to all of the Microsoft and all the other apps. Why the hell are they moving everything around?
Yeah, it just drives you crazy. So here is the sheet I got from the Octavia lab, and I'm just gonna briefly name some of the things that were in this makerspace. It just blew me away. So we walk in the door, and they had two 3D printers that they're called the Rise 3D printer, and they're if you imagine the refrigerator that they used to have in college dorm rooms, if you stack two of them on top of each other, that's how big the printers were. So roughly 4 foot high, 5 foot high. These are big printers. Okay, and they had two of those that you could use. They had a universal laser cutter, small desktop size, that you could use. They had I'm going to take it in weird orders here, but they had a large format printer, so you could print out blueprints. They had vinyl cutters there. They had graphics tablets. They had fully furnished, stocked, ready to go and record recording studio if you wanted to do a song or whatever. They had a full podcasting studio with live stream, video cameras, green screen, the whole 9 yards, ready to go at a moment's notice. You just sit down and do what you're going to do. They
after
also
you wait
had
in line.
other than wait in line, they had a photography studio. Same thing. All the lights, the tripods, the backgrounds, everything ready to roll. They had digital media stations that had things like Photoshop and Illustrator and Premiere and Audition and After Effects and Blender and a few other things, all set up ready to go. There was a digital illustration station which had more of the touchy-feely graphic stuff that we would use, on it, like for drawing and things like that. They had a 3D scanner in this place, handheld 3D scanner that you could use. They had digital tablets. They had everything. So in addition to that, they had sewing machines. They had embroidery machines, digital, CNC embroidery machines that did logos and T-shirts, and another one right next to it that did hats and logos and T-shirts. and there, the vinyl cutter. I think I already mentioned. 3 or 4 different kinds of serging machines and sewing machines and everything. And then I almost, I actually did miss it, but I see it. I had it in my photos when I looked. They have a Bantam CNC router or CNC mill. Bantam are those tiny desktop mills that the founder of MakerBot, this was his next company, and that's what he put out. It's got the little auto tool changer and stuff like that. Anyway, neat little place. And this lab was named after um, a famous female science fiction author, black female science fiction uh, author. Um, and of course, now that I'm trying to remember her last name, I can't think of it, but her first name was Octavia. So anyway, really one of the highlights of this trip, getting to see that lab and thinking about what it would be like if I were living there and could use it every day.
You wouldn't need a shop.
No, you wouldn't. Um, and people
I-
were using the stuff there. That was the amazing part. Uh,
Did they
yeah.
have instructors and stuff? I mean,
Yep.
I
Yep.
always thought it'd be cool to have a maker space, but it just seemed like there'd be an awful lot of liability, have
Yeah.
to make sure everybody was certified for whatever they're going to use.
If you were gonna use the 3D printer or you were gonna use any of the machines, you had to go through an orientation class where they showed you how to do it. But it was usually same day, and it usually wasn't too in depth. Like with the laser cutter. Oh, and each one of these stations was set up with its own new PC, high end PC that ran everything. So there was none of this, trying to do waiting for other people to get off the machine, you know, um,
Hmm.
while you do it. Oh, I forgot the memory lab. Okay, and this was the really cool part because this is a library, right? That we're at. They had what was called a do-it-yourself memory lab, and I'm going to read you the couple of sentences that this is. It says, use archival grade equipment to convert your personal audio, photo, video, and more from analog to digital. Uh, but an orientation is required before you could use it. So think about all those VCR tapes where you had the family wedding on there that you no longer have a machine that you could use it on, or all the stuff that you had on a zip drive that that you sure can't use anymore, or anything like
A
that, or
floppy
photos.
disk.
Yep, photos that are crumbling or whatever. This one platform had a spot where you could put it down and get it burnt to a CD or onto a thumb drive, sent to the cloud, or however you wanted to do it. That could handle it. You think how important that is for somebody who wanted to document something that happened, and before,
Hmm.
not lose that information.
I know
So
Vectric has I don't know if it just comes with the program or what, but they have a module, I guess you'd call it, for maker spaces where
mhm.
like I could
You
download the
could buy
trial
it. Yeah.
program. I could download the trial program and draw something up and take it to the makerspace and cut it. It's
Yes.
something that the makerspace would have to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. The
For
makerspace would have the license for it, and any file created with the uh, with the demo product would be able to be cut at the makerspace. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm glad. Thank you for mentioning that. I forgot about that. Um,
that's uh that's interesting. I mean, we don't have nothing like that around here. I'd like to have one about 200 yards from my house.
mhm. So I'm gonna
They would get tired of me. I'm gonna tell you that. They would be like, "There he is again. He's gonna hog up the CNC machine."
I'm
Nobody,
gonna go ahead.
go ahead. I was just rambling.
Yeah. I am gonna turn off my background again, and I'm gonna hold this up to the camera in case anybody wants to scan that QR code to get a better look at what they have at this lab. So let me see if I.
That's the benefit when you've got more people in a town than we have in the whole of Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there
Well,
it
they're
is.
putting their tax money to good use, I think,
Yeah.
myself.
So hopefully folks could see that. I'm not sure if it was large enough, so I'm going to do it one more time. If anybody wants to check that out, at the Central Library of Los Angeles. Okay. Uh, I'm not represented representing that place or anything. I just enjoyed my time there. It
Yeah.
was amazing, amazing.
Um,
Yep.
now that you mentioned that 3D scanner, I saw an ad pop up on Facebook, or it might have been in YouTube. An ad got pushed onto me for a 3D scanner, a handheld 3D scanner. The accuracy was 3 decimal places
Hmm.
metric, and it looked like it needed no cleanup.
It looked like it needed no what?
No cleanup, no post processing.
That would be nice.
It looked really, really accurate and clean.
Yep.
It seemed to project. It seemed to project like these little wavy whatever lines over the scanner, and it looked like it did a superb job.
Yep.
I'd love to get my hands on that. I'd hate to imagine the price tag on the thing.
Now think about this. Now a place like LA having this in their library, and you've got somebody who has an idea and drive, but no manufacturing experience or whatever, and they need a prototype something in order to make it. They could go to this place, make their prototype using all of this equipment, get it made, and then go down the hall to the business floor where they have an actual business floor in this library, business, psychology, patents, and technology or whatever. And they have docents and people who would help you in this library. You talk to them and they would probably help you put together your presentation. Go over to the media lab that they have. You do the media stuff. And I'm not talking about the Octavia lab. They have an entire floor with just media stuff where they teach you, and they have all the computers and the equipment, and they have a laptop borrowing system. You could borrow a laptop while you're there. Anyway, somebody with the drive and the motivation could go to this library, do their thing, come up with their product, put together their pitch, and then fly down to San Diego and pitch it.
And even get their patent done there,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, and get the patent done. It was amazing, an amazing library. If you've never seen, uh, if you've never, I've never seen anything like it. Let me just put it that way.
It sounds like a recreation park for
Yep.
nerds like us.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now, I haven't been to the New York City Public Library, so I don't know how it compares. But I got to tell you, it was amazing. And to tap it all off, I was with my grandson. He's a year and a half old. On the top floor of this library is the children's library. And he had a ball. They had all these tables and chairs set up that were kid size. They had book bins everywhere. Um, it was comfortable. People were reading to their kids. The folks were coming out and helping and everything. And Liam's new word for the trip was book, book. He's he's walking around pointing at the books, and we probably read 3 or 4 books to him. This place was such a good time, the Los Angeles Central Library, that we went back twice in a 1 week vacation. And it wasn't a short visit either, on either day.
It's like going
So
to Disney World twice in a week.
yeah, and Disney World or Disneyland was just down just down the road. We could have gone there, but we went to the library instead. It
Yeah,
was a good time. Yeah, and free. Who knew?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I've never I my nephew lives in California. I don't know where he's at in reference to LA or anything, but
Yep.
if I ever get to California, I'm gonna try to remember about that place because I'd like to see it. I've never even been in a maker space other than the shop I used to work at. It was pretty much a maker space because people come in there not off the street, but friends of the owner, you
Hmm.
know, and on a weekend and make something, you know, he's just like that, you know, very generous with with what he's accomplished. Um, but as long as
Yeah.
they don't tear nothing up, you know, he won't let them. You know, it's just like a makerspace. You can't just walk in there and start using their CNC machine because they
Hmm.
don't know you know what you're doing. Now they
Here.
might have somebody there to operate it for you, you know.
So I looked it up because it was bothering me that I couldn't remember the woman's name. Octavia Labs is named after the award-winning science fiction author Octavia E. Butler. So now I'm going to have to go and see what she wrote because uh, I'm impressed with the makerspace that they felt that they should name after her, and I'm embarrassed that I probably haven't read any of her stuff yet because I'm a big science fiction fan. So
You would
yeah,
probably remember it if you did.
yep, um, yeah, I'm kind of that nerd. Yeah,
Is she still around? Is she still alive or
that's a great question. I'm about to find out. Octavia E. Butler, American science fiction writer, epic novels. Let's see. Oh, you've got a lot of them here. No, she died in 2006.
Mm.
Uh, um, trying to find a listing of her books. Some of these don't look like science fiction. They look like The Wild Seed, Blood Child, Fledgling, um, Mind of My Mind, Imago, or something like that. Pattern Masters, Survivor, Adulthood Rights, Clay's Ark. There's more. Wow. Okay, there's a lot more apparently. uh, yeah, she's got quite a few. I'm gonna have to audible some of her books here and see. Parable of the Talent, Wasteland, Stories of. Uh, yeah.
Star
Look.
Trek, Planet of the Apes?
Yeah. Looks
Who
like
knew
she's
he's
written. Yeah. Yeah. She looks like she had quite a nice career writing books. Wow.
very vivid imagination to be able to write that many books and in a career, you know. Of course, Agatha Christie did almost the same thing, but hers were shorter novels, weren't they?
Looks like
Or short.
32 books that I'm seeing here. There may be more. 32 books is a lot of books
Yes, it is.
to get published in the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
She had to be very good at typing.
That is
Well, this
Well,
the
even now, I mean, you can use voice recording and everything, but if you're an author, you still need to be able to be a pretty good
mhm,
typer.
yep. Um, Kurt Kurt would have been here tonight, except that there was a storm going through his his area, and he had to batten down the hatches. So, Kurt, we miss you, but I just wanted to show this. I think I got all the tape. There we go. So last time we were talking, Kurt mentioned that he was getting rid of some stuff and he was selling it. And I picked this up from him. Variable frequency drive. This one is probably Huan Yang, like everything else from China, but it's a 5.5 kilowatt. No, it's a QNX or QNK, excuse me. QNK makes this. So um, I was telling Tally earlier today that I was hadn't picked up the spindle to go with it. There, there's a side of me that is cheap, and there's a side of me that's practical, and the two aren't agreeing yet. So, as soon as that happens, when they agree, I'll pick my spindle. But the truth of the matter is, for $150 on Amazon, I could have an air-cooled 2.2 kilowatt spindle delivered to my door with the ER20 collets, and it'd be fine. Or for $700, I could have an automatic tool changer spindle that's 3.3 kilowatts delivered to my door. Ned, you're muted.
And a smart man would just buy both and then say sorry to his wife later.
Say sorry, what?
Say sorry to the wife later. Buy both and then say sorry later.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I kind of like to sleep in the house. So, not in the doghouse.
Bill,
Yeah.
one day I'm going to introduce you to sacrifices.
Yeah. Sacrifices. Yes. So anyway, my plan is to choose the spindle and update my router and call it a day. But we'll see how long that takes to happen. But there's
I say
something.
I say go with the ATC.
Yeah, that's my thought too. That's my thought too. But that part of me that is on the cheap side is fighting it.
I do. What was the price difference?
700 for the ATC before you buy collets.
Oh, right. We went through
And
that.
yeah, and 150 for the air cooled before you buy collets.
How many kilowatts are you gaining?
One. Yep, 1 kilowatt more.
I
So
believe I'd be leaning towards the less expensive end. I don't know, unless I was planning on getting a tool changer, then
well, that's the whole point. The tool,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. If that's on your bucket list, then I would go with that. If it's in your budget, you know.
Yeah, I have a tool changer on my mill. That's why I know it works good. You know, it's a game changer.
Yeah, it is.
Well, if it helps, Bill, I can give you a quick rundown how this 16 tool changer works here on the router.
Yeah.
If it helps.
That won't cut the price though.
You know, I can't really complain about the price because a year ago, an automatic tool changer was $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
To have dropped to 600, $700.
And that's an ER20?
Yeah. No, ISO 20, which
I,
is which
I,
is an ER20 basically.
right.
Still a
ISO.
half an inch. Uh, but the ISO 20s don't have drive dogs on the side of them or notches on the side of the um, collet holder that index it in place.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you could probably get into a situation where they could slip, but they hardly ever do. It's like you would ruin your spindle if they slipped, and they don't, because
Right.
it's a interference fit when they're sucked up in there. They're the wedge keeps them locked in nice, but I don't know. The trick the trick for me is when I order the spindle to order the collets at the same time, and I do not know how much it would cost to get a dozen collets or 6 or 12 or 10 or whatever that number is. Um,
You have to buy them in sets at a
yeah,
time.
yeah, and I haven't looked into that far because I was going on vacation.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They
but
are expensive. Whew, I paid, when I just thought I had to have me
when
a,
you just had collet nuts you had to buy.
yeah, man, that right there was, and when I thought I just needed me a 12 tool changer.
Yeah.
And when I got it, reality hit me.
Hmm.
Oh, I need 12 collets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And see,
that
that's
was
just
expensive. I spent over
and
200 something bucks.
yeah. Now the ISO 20 tool changer comes with the cone that goes up into the machine
Mm-hmm.
and the nut on the end of it.
Okay.
What it doesn't come with is the collet that goes inside.
The most important part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, all of it is important,
yeah,
but
Yeah, but
you
without
can't.
that, you're not cutting nothing. But
yeah.
without any of it, you're not cutting nothing.
Yeah.
And depending on where you buy it, it may not have the pull stud, which is on the top, which is what holds it up inside of there.
Looks
So
like
Pull
a
it,
little mushroom on top of
pull
it.
yeah.
it up, Bill. Pull it up, Bill. Let's see an illustration.
uh yeah, give me a second. I'll find it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Escape to get out of
It
the
sounds
bamboo
like the
lab.
same kind of ones that we use on the Thermwood.
Yeah. Uh,
So like a little cone shape. You got to keep them
Mhm.
polished, keep the funk off of them to build up. I guess from
mhm.
the
I thought about buying me an ATC, but man, a ER32.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess I could downsize my spindle.
Downsize? No, no. Um, so share. Here we go.
I got a
So
6 horse.
now, mind you, this is U.S. prices that I'm about to show you, and then I'll show you the alley. So I went to Haas.
Oh,
Here's ISO 20 tool set, pack of 10.
nah, ooh,
Ooh, 5% off. Take 5.
five
Look at
percent off. Okay, yeah,
that.
that won't even cover shipping. Oh, free shipping. Okay.
That's that's expensive.
Ah,
771. Now let's look on
oh,
AliExpress.
and that's the ER. Those are ER16.
Okay,
Those are,
well,
that's a
the
toy. Those toys.
ISO 20 and
Oh,
um,
paper.
you can
Wait, what?
also get them in. You can also get the ISO 20 with the ER
Oh,
20, I believe. So let's let me see now.
hmm.
Let's see. That's the 20 collet holders. AliExpress was down here somewhere. Uh-huh. Uh,
Ice. Oh,
see, yeah. Well, here we go. AliExpress, $21 each on AliExpress.
That's really not that bad. I mean,
Yeah,
they're much more expensive for the machine that I use.
yeah, but I thought they handled the half an inch bit. Want an ISO or ER16
I
handle the
think
half
I
bit?
think you can get ER16s for half inch.
They
Yeah.
should be like
Because
a half inch, an
I looked
eighth, and a
into it.
quarter.
Yeah, I looked into it when I was looking at getting the alt mill, and they have a ER16 collet, and I was looking to see if they had a ER16 for half inch,
Hmm.
I got an
and
ER.
I found one.
Yeah. So anyway, that just kind of tells you the getting the spindle is not the hard part. It's paying for
Yep.
the tooling.
Yeah, and then you got to add tools for all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
probably
yeah,
got
that's you know,
at least 1,000 invested by the time you get everything set up.
yep. So at 2137 times 10, it's 213 this way. So you save $500, uh, provided the collets are of similar quality to what Haas is selling.
Yeah.
Uh, it probably isn't, but there you go. Anyway, food for
I just
thought.
That's crazy. I just saw an ISO. It was what it was an ISO 30
Hmm.
by Haas with a ER 32. It was like $62.
Hmm.
I think it was $62 for one. Well, that was for one. That is pretty expensive. Dang.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. Wait a minute. On eBay, just it's water cooled though. I don't want water cooled, but just just to muddy the water further. Uh, here we
What
go.
is the disadvantage of water cooled?
I live in a very cold climate. Uh,
Gotcha.
water freezes.
Yeah.
No, air doesn't. Uh, so anyway,
I don't know. The air's frozen my tires one winter.
hmm
That's getting
seven
cold, and
same price, and this one is a BT30, which is larger. I think 3/4 inch, if I'm
That's
not
a pretty
mistaken.
decent deal. A 3.2 kilowatt. That's about what, 5 horsepower?
Yep.
That's not bad.
So
I
yeah,
wouldn't
this
I
one's looking
wouldn't
nice.
I wouldn't need
that's
to get
without variable speed.
I got one.
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
this
that's the best one right there. That fluting is a good VFD.
yeah. So there you go. I mean, it's BT30 is a lot more common than ISO 20, but it may be more expensive.
Yeah, and water cools are cheaper. They're a little cheaper than air cool. I like the air cool. I don't like hooking up water to the spindle. A lot of people are sold on it, but they problematic.
Hmm. See,
If to throw in my 2 cents worth on that, if it's a small machine and you're using it inside somewhere, etc., you're not affected by the expansion of freezing water, which does destroy stuff. The beauty about the water cooling is they are so quiet, and they don't additionally blow sawdust around. But like this environment that I'm here at the moment, the vacuum pumps are drowning out the spindle motor anyway, so like it doesn't really matter.
hmm yep. It's just a personal preference. I know that the air cooled is a little bit louder, but it's still way quieter than my handheld router.
Only, only if they have steel bearings.
This only if they have steel bearings, you said?
If them jokers have ceramic bearings, you cannot tell the difference between an air cool and a water cool.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. HSD has ceramic bearings. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear.
We have a HSD 6 kilowatt spindle, 6 or 9 kilowatt spindle on this CNC here behind
This,
me. And
I
it's the
can't
fan that makes more noise than the actual spin. Like in the spindle, it's the fan that's making the noise more
look and
so
see
than
if
the
look
exhaust.
if it has look and see if it has steel bearings, or look and see if it has ceramic bearings.
How do
Yeah.
you tell?
Huh?
It'll
Short of
say in the
looking
It'll
at
say it
the.
listing.
on there. It'll say it. It'll
Hmm.
say it on there.
Still looking for the bearings. Two
If
speed.
if it's
It's
Chinese, what they would say imported bearings. That's the key word
yeah.
because they imported. They'll come from Germany.
Hmm.
Um, like Ned said, if it's a HSD, if it's a true HSD, it'll say ceramic bearings. They're so cool. I'm telling you. My friend has a cam master. He has ceramic bearings on there. He turned it on. I almost messed around and grabbed the spindle because I didn't think it was on. It was that quiet. What does it say?
I
Me-
haven't found it.
I could give you part numbers and stuff, but I can't see nothing that actually
If
states the type of bearings they have in it.
normally if you can hear it up to between 13 and 15,000 RPM, it's
Hmm.
steel bearings. If you can't hear that joker between 13 and 15,000 RPMs, it's ceramic bearings. It's
It is
really
very, very quiet, but
it's
as I said, I'm pretty sure it's the fan that you can hear
it
more so than the spindle.
yeah, but
Yeah.
even at that, when it's ceramic, you won't hear it regardless because it's
Yeah,
true. I got steel bearings on mine. I got an HQD, and normally it's quiet around about 15, 16,000. But it's the fan that really makes the noise that you
this is
hear.
ES9. This is an ES951.
ES9.
51.
So okay, so that's one of the common one. That's a real common one. Hold on.
Hmm. Um,
HSD.
you're talking
Yes.
about the BT31, Tally? Looking on that
Uh,
one, or are you talking about the other one, the air cooled,
the which one?
the air cooled or the
Air
water
cool.
cooled? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll check that out because I'm not finding the bearing listing on the BT31, but I do know that this spindle is from Rat Motor,
Yes.
which generally has ceramic.
So
Uh, but
that is quiet.
yeah.
Um,
Where was
Let
the
me
other
look.
one? Let's
Wait.
see.
Okay. Um, ES. What's the ES?
Water cooled. There we go.
What you got? An eight
ES951.
951. Which one is it? 11 kilowatts.
9, I think it is.
So they got an 8.5. Okay, hold on. Let me go
It
down.
could be the 8.5. And I'll see if I can see it.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking. Let me go to HS because they be changing. They will change
Hmm.
the model number. Hold on. I'm gonna
It's an
that.
8 kilowatt. 8 kilowatt.
It's an 8 kilowatt.
Yeah.
Let me see. Sometimes they use different terms. Like they'll say greased. Normally, if they say greased, it be steel bearings.
Hmm.
Because the ceramics, you don't necessarily have to grease them.
Yeah, I'm I'm familiar and new to look for that one, but I don't have the spindle that I was actually considering
Okay.
uh, sh- pulled up. So,
I'm looking now.
oh, I have, that's why I couldn't find it because I still had BT30 in the description, and it's ISO 20.
Okay.
Oh, all right, that's why I wasn't finding it. Um,
Let me see.
oh, wait a minute,
Okay.
400? Hello, huh? 476.
Oh, for
Is this air cooled or or water cooled? Um, oh, okay. I don't think this is a good one. I
see,
think
it's
it
hard.
has metal
This one
bearings.
hard to tell because see, this one has ceramic. This one say it has ceramic, but it's going. Even though the model number is the HSD ES951, it also has a serial, well, another model number for it to determine whether it's ceramic or not,
Yeah.
which is the H6161 H1228.
So look at this.
Okay. Uh, well, yeah.
Damn.
Well, they kill you
What
on
is
the
that?
shipping.
What is that?
This is a 3.5 kilowatt spindle,
Oh,
uh, and it looks to be liquid cooled.
go back
Uh,
to the ports. Oh, dang, I can't
I'm
even.
sorry.
I was looking at the ports. What the
Uh,
heck?
my Mandarin is kind of rusty, so I can't tell you.
Okay.
Uh,
That must
but
be
some of
yeah,
them are air, and
yep.
some of them are water lines
Mm-hmm.
to drive this thing. Let's see specs. Okay.
Oh, what the
Didn't
heck
want
did
that to
you
be easy, did they?
copy? Okay.
Only spindles without VSD because I already have it. Uh, let's see. Specs description. Yep.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
So anyway, 470. So by the time you add this up, it's $700, just like the other one.
Okay.
But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Um, so the prices are coming down.
Yeah, they
Uh,
are.
but yeah. Anyway, we get the idea. Uh, so eventually, I will figure out what my spindle uh, solution will be, and that gives
Ask
folks,
Chat GTP and it'll tell you.
yeah, and that gives folks a reason to keep tuning in. See what we got.
Yeah, they
Yeah. Well, fellas, it's after 9. Uh, we spent a whole lot of time talking about the X2D. That was I'm not sure I intended to go quite that deep on it, but it's kind of neat because it's the first day that sucker's out there,
yeah.
and
That was
somebody,
kind of different given a cover of,
yeah,
going through the
yeah,
site.
yeah, because I mean we're just picking at the things that we know compared,
Yeah.
based on our usage. Uh, we both have and love our Bambu printers. Uh, and we both were probably sitting there trying to see if we were to buy one, how we would justify buying this new one.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure until they talked in the video and said that this was replacing the X1 carbon in their
Well,
lineup. They kind of said that.
Cloud 42 has a video out. I just saw it. I haven't seen the video, but I saw it posted.
Yeah.
So I will probably look at it. Maybe tomorrow sometime while I'm in the crane.
Yep.
Uh,
He does good videos. I like
yeah,
what he
James.
does.
Yeah. He does cover some good points. And he gets really in detail about it. Some other people, they kind of just do their little unboxing and kind of
Yep.
learning as they go, not really knowing. And that's why I feel like they didn't cover a lot of stuff when they started doing about the H2C. They were so happy to get it. It's like you buying a new car. Oh, I got a new car. You just overlook everything.
Yeah. And a
You
lot
know.
of the creators were getting those sent to them from the company.
Right. So yeah.
The
So I'm gonna
last
watch
thing
the videos.
the last thing that I received as a product review was from Craig, the pocket hole company.
Oh yeah.
They sent me their they make a fold up work table
Okay.
that is also like a sawhorse,
Right.
and they sent me one of those.
What?
Before that, I got a oscillating spindle sander from Rigid Tools.
I have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done many product reviews like that, and
How do
it's
you get hooked up to do that? I mean, just go out and sell yourself?
no, I was posting a lot in social media at the time. I was doing a podcast. I was doing blog. So my name was popping up.
Mm-hmm.
I never solicited those things. Um, but someone approached me. Well, the Rigid Tool one was kind of funny. I was on Twitter back in the day, now called X, but I was on Twitter back when folks were having little conversations back and forth on Twitter, and Rigid Tool posted a post. They said, "Yep, which Rigid Tool is your favorite?" This is right before Father's Day, and I said, "I've always wanted that rotary spindle sander. That seems like the one Rigid Tool that consistently intrigues me." I didn't think anything of it. I was just responding to the thing. 2 days later or a day later, I get a direct message from someone from Rigid Tool, and he says, "Hey, I saw you like our sander. Our sander. Send me your information." So I did,
Mm-hmm.
and a box showed up, FedEx, the next day.
Hmm.
I was blown away. And that's how it happened. It was just responding to a
Yeah.
post.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they looked and said, "Wait a minute, this guy, he's doing some stuff."
Yeah.
So that's how we do this every week for 2 years now. Um, I don't know if anybody actually watches any of these, you know,
All right.
on YouTube, but you never know.
Yeah.
We just spent an hour talking about Bamboo Labs. Who knows? Who knows what could
One
happen?
might show up at your door one day.
Well,
I
if
would
it
say it
does,
probably more likely to show up at Tally's door, but
work
Yeah.
is done.
yeah,
I don't know, Bill, you bigger than I am. I just say you still carry the weight.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, having a
I
group
only
on
talk
Facebook,
about my experiences of what, like the
yeah,
things that I tinker with.
Yeah.
Having a 22,000 member group on Facebook, you would think would uh, carry some weight, but it really does.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that
It's the three-way touch off that
yeah,
set
the touch
everything
put
off.
yeah, the
Yeah.
triple edge finder did it for me. Yeah,
Triple edge finder, yeah.
yep. And anyway, it's fun. I don't do this just hoping to get stuff, but I do like when I get stuff. Uh, I'm human.
Well,
Yeah.
it leads to like okay for me. So like I don't look to get stuff. Just like you say, it'll be nice because I cover a vast material as far as machinery and things like that. So,
Sure.
and I really do test stuff. I push it to its
Mhm.
limit. But at the same time, like I can explain to people what to expect, what not to expect.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be, um, a biased review on my part. I said like I bought bits that they wasn't cheap bits as quality, but I found flaws in the bit. Maybe like
Yeah.
the carbide was too hard,
Mhm.
that sort of stuff. So it made it too brittle, and it just it snaps. And I said something. I said something to a company, and
Yeah.
they actually sent me another
No,
one.
no, I put the
Mhm.
spirit level across
So
it.
it's like things,
It's not.
it's like things like that. And when people get into want to try things like the CNC, they see it and they're like,
Yeah.
I want this CNC, and they think it's going to work the same way for them. No, it doesn't work that way. You
No.
might end up with a lemon. And you may not know what you're buying at that moment, and
Mhm.
you're expecting one thing because you saw the advertising,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really work that way.
Doesn't
And
live up to it.
yeah, and you can be
Yeah.
very, very disappointing.
But you could also be very surprised by good products too. Like you were mentioning a new router that was out there that
Yes,
that you hadn't seen that was a great value.
right.
What was the name of that? Electrics
Anolex,
Anno, you know,
right.
nice router for under $1,000
Mm-hmm.
that could actually do something with a 1.5 kilowatt spindle and
Mm-hmm.
available laser, 10-watt laser and things like that. It was with a palm router and the lasers. It was like $7.99 on sale right now.
Yeah.
It was a good
And
3060.
it's a
Yeah.
solid machine. The machine weighs, even though it's extruded,
Yep.
the machine weigh a good solid 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yep.
And I know that firsthand because how when you look at something, you expect for it to weigh something, and then you try to snatch it up, you try to manhandle it, and you end up getting manhandled.
Yeah.
So you back out.
Right. And that's what this machine was. It was a 12 by 16 table, whatever. And I was like, oh, that's a nice little machine made out of extruded, made out of extruded.
What
And
was
when
the
I
name
got
again? The next
Anolex,
Anolex.
Anolex,
Elliot. Yep.
And when I tried to snatch it up, I was like, man, this machine got some weight to it, you know. And I knew it was pretty solid, but I totally overlooked this type of machine because normally I kind of frown on
Yeah.
machines that cost under $2,000 or $3,000. But it really surprised me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to find the one. Yeah, here's the one I saw this morning with the laser, but let me see.
And I
Just
think
real
it's
quick.
free shipping. If you is it what? I think you pay $800 or something like that. You qualify for free shipping.
Here's some of their line of machines, and I was trying to find the one that had the laser for
So, probably should just scroll down because I think they come in like different series. Oh wait, no, maybe not. Um, just click into the machines and just go into one of the series because I think the one that I helped the young girl buy was the 4030. No, it was a 3060 Evo Max.
The 3060 was the one I was talking
Okay.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, here we go. Now we're talking. This is the one.
So yep. So you can get the laser for 760 967.
Mhm.
You can, if you want to, you can upgrade to the closed loop servos, not closed loop steppers, sorry,
Mhm.
closed loop steppers. And I think that was an additional maybe like 200 something dollars. And then you can add the spindle to it. And you right around like
Yep.
1,300 bucks.
Yep. Linear guides, closed loop steppers, palm router, or you could get the 1.5 kilowatt, um, you know, uh, ball screws.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, it says coming soon.
Oh,
Let me.
they on there. Yeah, they're on there. The
Okay.
ball screws. So I don't know how old this is, but they do
Yeah.
have ball screws on there. Yeah.
Wi-Fi control. That was the only thing that you and I had issues with, was not knowing Gerbil,
Right. The
or gerbil, or however it's pronounced.
yeah, Gerbil, and it had it comes with Candle, but I found out you can use Open Bill software
Hmm.
with it.
So nice looking extruded machine. And where's my mouse? Don't you hate that? Touchscreen monitor. Um, why has my mouse stopped responding?
And it also, I think this machine also allow you to do upgrades. Like if you go into the CNC accessories, you can do some of the upgrades to expand the machine also. So it's
Yeah.
very cheap to maintain.
The
So
rotary.
yep, you can get the rotary. So it's 369 for the spindle and it's 369 for the rotary. And then you had the extension base if you wanted to convert that one into a 460
Yep.
table.
Just buy the bigger base. Yep.
Yep, by the bigger base. You can't beat that. I mean, that's you
Yeah,
look,
that's good. That's definitely a good starter,
yeah,
for
Yep.
somebody that's thinking about getting into it but not sure, you know.
And it's a brand we've not heard of or have
nope, nope.
overlooked or whatever, and that's kind of neat. And
It
you've
seems
actually physically
like they
held
got all
one.
the important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like they got all the important stuff, and it looks like it's pretty rigid as
Hmm.
far as like the spindle flex on it and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
So
Yeah.
so the guy that when I met the guy to go pick this machine up, he makes he makes pipes,
Hmm.
tobacco pipes, custom tobacco pipes
Yeah.
and stands. Um, but he cuts metal. He cut metal on it. And the metal was cut so clean. It was aluminum, it was brass,
Hmm.
and I think one of them was like a stainless steel or something like that to that.
Yeah.
It was so clean. Um, I asked
He
him, I
was
said,
cut.
what did you cut that with? Because it almost looked like he cut it with a laser or something. It was
Hmm.
clean. He had no burrs or anything on it. He cut it on that machine.
Yeah. And he was cutting stainless, you said?
Yeah,
Hmm. Why
he was
is my
cutting. Yeah, he was
mouse?
cutting stainless. Like, 'cause he was making like little badges, and they were small. They was maybe like I would say
So
pieces like
stainless is a ferrous material, right? So there'd be sparks
Yes.
involved.
yeah. I think it was
Yeah.
probably it was like pieces like this, but not this thick, but this size.
Hmm.
You know.
Okay.
And I was very impressed with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
you
if it
know,
had cut stainless, then that's That's pretty impressive for that price range.
Yeah.
Sure.
So obviously you could hook a water coolant up to, to cool the
mhm.
or whatever that is
Sure.
machining fluid that they use.
Yep. Because
Mhm.
like these machines that they're showing right here, these are, the bigger, higher end ones with um, high speed spindles, etc. But you could put a coolant system on this because it has an aluminum bed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not worried about the MDF,
Mhm.
uh,
Yep.
getting ruined. So yeah,
It looks like it sounds like a hybrid between a milling machine and a CNC router. Kind of.
no, I don't
Not
think it's
necessarily
got
a
the
hybrid.
rigidity, but yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
does. It's a nice little starter machine that is
It'll get you
solidly built.
started.
Yep,
Yeah, where you're
get you
not
started.
dumping a lot of money into something and either don't like it or
Bottom
you
falls
can't get it
out.
you can't get it work like you want to. Some people don't like to put the time in it to really do CNC work. They want it to be a cookie cutter or an easy bake oven.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I still sharing?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Right. For whatever reason, my mouse went flaky, so
Okay. Is your battery charged up?
probably not. Uh, yeah. Really good mouse,
Oh,
trackball mouse,
yeah, yeah.
Logitech. Love it. But right now it's gone flaky.
You got to clean.
Still in
Most
the
likely the battery.
You got to clean
still in
them.
the 70s,
Do you
80s.
clean the Do you clean the inside of your ball out every now and then?
That's an awful
Okay.
personal question. Uh,
It cleans the outside edges.
I had to think about that.
the trackball is
Yeah,
removable.
you got to clean. You
Yeah.
clean your
Yeah.
sensor.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mouse ain't working. My mouse ain't working. You need to clean your ball.
Well, we just lost that Kit for Kids rating.
That was a fast response, Bill.
All right, fellas. It's time to call it an evening. I
All
have
right.
enjoyed this. If you would like to join us on one of these, we do them every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. There's usually a link inside of the Facebook group, and I might even get better and post it more than half an hour before we do.
Maybe
But
post it throughout the week. Keep
yeah,
people's mind fresh. I've put it on my Facebook group too,
yep.
eCabinets tips and tricks, and I don't. Nobody's actually joined from there, I don't think. But
Well, maybe someday.
yeah, I've
Ned,
invited people. I'm like, you need to get on and talk to these guys. They got some interesting things going on.
yep. Ned, thank you for joining us again from New Zealand or Australia.
Australia.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
not those sheep
I see.
people.
Yeah.
Jeez.
you notice the minute New Zealand came out of my mouth, I started laughing nervously. Yeah.
I thought it was the same thing.
No, it's not even close
Yeah.
Ooh,
geographically.
Yeah.
They just happen to
it's
be
sort of
down.
like how
They sound the same.
Texas and all that's the same as Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, Texas and Mexico, they don't have the same accent, but I think New Zealand and Australia has kind
Epa.
They're
of
actually slightly different,
it's slightly
but
different. Yeah.
yeah.
Like New
But
York and
yeah.
North Carolina.
But no, I blame our educational system for geography classes because for whatever reason I thought New Zealand was close to Australia, and then one day I
It's
got
not far, but it's a separate country.
yes, it is a separate country,
Yeah.
but I got out the atlas and I figured out how many thousands of miles away it is. Not just it ain't close.
It's
I
not
don't think it's
Cuba.
thousands. It's more like 1,000 kilometers or something like that. Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. Anyway, it ain't close.
It's not like
Yeah.
Cuba,
You're
Florida.
not going to
I
swim
wouldn't
there.
like to swim it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to swim it.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get back to destroying a few days worth of work here.
Good.
I'm about to yell out, sorry.
Yeah.
Knock on veneer.
Yeah. I hope you have great success, Ned. Looking forward to seeing the pictures.
I'll post some pictures later on. Yep. Okay, guys.
All right, Ned, take it easy.
Have a great night,
Catch you
everyone.
later. Have a good one. Bye. They changed the leave icon.
Yes, they did.
Did they? Yeah, it's down there at the bottom now.
I was looking for the little walking man.
Hmm.
See you later.
Bye-bye.